These mountains will swallow a man up. I need this.
I need you to wake up.
You're gonna be the master, by the way, so that I can have camera control on mine, so I can move the camera with that one.
All right, Dane, what's going on?
This is our camera setup. I'm just configuring the controllers so that while I'm holding the drone, I can use these sticks to move the camera while I'm holding it. And so that when you, Kaylin, are holding this one, you can pull focus. And then don't touch these sticks so that if you touch them, the motors turn on. It's a little dangerous.
Why are you choosing to shoot this project on a drone?
I am because I spent too much money on my drone to only use it when it's flying, and two, I really love the stabilization, the gimbal, and the control. And the drone has a full ecosystem. Like, I have 2 monitors, I have a follow focus, I have a gimbal, I can hold it, and then on top of that I can fly it to get whatever shot that I need. So it's kind of like a proof of concept, like that you can use it as your principal camera, not just a special camera for specific shots.
What have you found the quality out of the X7 to be like?
The quality is like, it's insane. It's honestly better than my FS5 shooting raw on that one. Colors look way good. I love just the dynamic range. I love the lenses that I can put on it. Everything's super sharp. I'm able just to get the shots that I want to get really effortlessly, and I get really excited. And that's like what's key for me, is like I'm excited when I'm using this, even though it's really heavy when I'm holding it and manipulating it and, running around with it and hiking. At the end of the day, I'm shooting 6K raw, basically handheld, and I can get any shot that I want to get.
So like, between shooting this camera versus other like cinema cameras you've shot on, like C200, Reds, FS5, what are like the major differences? And does this camera like hold up to those types of cameras?
I mean, I feel like if you put them side by side, you couldn't tell. The Red's definitely gonna have the superior dynamic range, but like, I'm always pleased with the image that I get out of this. And when I use other cameras, like the GH5 or maybe perhaps my FS5 or other cameras, sometimes I'm just like, a little disappointed in certain circumstances. But I still haven't run into a situation here with the X7 where I'm like, oh, dang, I wish it didn't quite get what I wanted, or it's kind of struggling in this environment. It always does really well. It's only the software that's buggy that I have to deal with, that I get frustrated with. I love shooting the Apple ProRes RAW. The Cinnamon DNG is also fantastic. It's no compromise, but the ProRes RAW is really easy to deal with, and it's just I play 6K RAW in my computer, both my laptop and my desktop, with no issues, and like it's super crisp, really good low light performance. But yet I'm still just trying to get used to how to work with this rig on set, because it's not that it's not capable, it's just you do it in a different way. Like, you obviously hold it in a different way. You have to, if you want certain camera moves or shaky shots, you have to like, you just go about it a different way, because you can't hold it. It's always stabilized, so you kind of have to mimic those things. The audio is the fan on this you can't turn off, so working with audio and dialogue is kind of critical. I just looked at some dailies where I sync the audio with the footage, and you don't hear the fan noise. We had to have the boom mic pointed directly away from the camera, and I had to shoot with a tighter lens, so I was a little further away, which is good because we wanted a tight shot on the faces of the actors. But I was just thrilled that you didn't get any of the fan noise, meaning that it's possible to shoot with this. If I were to use this in a more enclosed setting, not outside, I'd probably get a sound blanket and cover the drone.
I'm not coming back for you. Don't make me have to tell her, because I won't.
See you in 2 weeks, Captain.
So my rig, this is the slave controller. Kalen has the master controller where he pulls focus. So I have it set so that this stick controls the camera, and I can move it. So I can hold the drone and move the camera at the same time. And then I map the C buttons to reset the gimbal. So if I'm totally skewed, I hit that and I can reset really easily. And that allows me to kind of just point really fast to reframe when we're about to get a shot. I can even hold it like this, which is pretty good. I've really liked. So it allows me to move the camera. I have good support. You know, you can kind of hold it off kilter too if you want. And then the Katana is strong enough that I can actually hold it straight from the controller. So when I'm doing a follow after someone or looking up or whatever, I can tilt this back and I can actually move camera and get this really nice shot that way. This is the master controller. Can pull focus off of this, and then we have like a video monitor here, so the director and even my second shooter, my AC, will actually pull focus off of this. And the focus peaking is good enough to actually use the crystal skies, but it kind of depends where you are. Sometimes the feed isn't great, so it's kind of hard to know if you're in focus or what's sharp. But I feel like it's working out pretty well right now, Kalen. Are you able to pull focus off the crystal sky?
Yeah. It's definitely not as sharp as I would like, but the focus peaking seems really good. I think like the upside to this kind of a system is like where if we brought in like a Red or any other cinema camera, everything would be like an add-on and it'd be like very modular. And this is kind of that way too, but it's all integrated. Like all the video transmission is built in.
You never
Focus is essentially plug and play. We have, you know, wired just into a monitor here. That's very easy to do. So it kind of like simplifies the whole process.
And when we do some of the flying shots, we don't have to reconfigure the camera or the video feed. We just take off the Katana, put on props, and we still have the same monitor situation with the focus.
And
but that's pretty cool.
I think another thing that's nice too is with a lot of projects, you're not going to be flying your camera that you're shooting the whole project on, but with this, since the project is all shot on the drone, it's the same camera in the air as well as on the ground. So it keeps things consistent.
Yeah.
Because a lot of times projects don't have the budget to fly like a Red or a C200 or whatnot. It's a very large drone. So.
We're just heading up the pass a few miles, Captain. We're only asking for 2 horses. And your blessing. That's it.
Okay, you just walk towards him.
Camera rolling.
And action.
So the snow is really crunchy, and sometimes I fall through it and sometimes I don't. And so I kind of make sure I'm stable, like my arms are holding this stable independently of my legs. But what's nice with this gimbal is these the rubbers on it kind of counteract those weird footstep movements. but you have to kind of be aware of how those work, otherwise you get the really awkward gimbal bounce, which looks very unnatural. But I noticed that when I think about it, about my arms, and I'm walking through this, the shots are stable. Yeah, I can't get it. There we go. Nope. Does this need to be high frame rate? Nice.
I want to be.
Can you fly camera up for me? Up.
Yeah, I want him centered like his feet flat.
We're looking a little bit back at him. I'm gonna come back, camera down, camera back, so you can be a level, straight down 90 degrees.
I need you to wake up. I need you to wake up.
What else do you need? Where else? Need anything?
So we're doing an indoor scene with dialogue with the drone. And the drone, although it produces a great image, the fans on it are super loud and you can't turn them off, even when recording. So we have our characters over here, and we've put our longest lens so we can be the furthest away, and then we've taken just a bunch of jackets and sheets. Our sound blanket would have been better, admittedly, but you got to work with what you have. And I almost wish we filmed this before. We're doing the shot before we put this on, because it's actually a dramatic difference. Like, the fan is actually really, really loud. You can still hear it very apparently right now, but I would say it's at least 50 or 60% quieter now. The strategy has always been pointed directly away from the camera, so it's not getting that fan, and then just getting as close to the source as possible without being in the frame. And that's again why we do this super tight lens. It's an equivalent of a 75mm lens on there, so that the drone's just the furthest away, and we can boom it the way we need to.
Did he see me ever?
He abandoned you before you were born. He never came back.
But he knew about me.
I think so.
Before we fly the drone over to where our main actor is, he just hiked into the mountains. And the drone said, when we scouted it out with the drone said it was 1,100 feet away. So it's a tricky shot because we're gonna have to get below tree level to get a shot of him from behind, and then rise up over the trees and reveal the mountains behind him. Reveal the mountains behind the trees. The good thing is it's a clearing, so dropping below the tree line is actually relatively easy. This is how filmmaking's done. We sit nice and warm and toasty while he's crawling through the snow. There wasn't something in that meadow last time. Yeah, that looks like him. Towards that, right there.
Okay, so Aiden, go forward.
Basically to the edge of those tracks.
Towards the edge of those tracks, to those trees. You want them going all the way to the trees? Or can we start them ahead of those trees?
Start them a little ahead of the trees, I think.
Yeah, track going.
We were up, beginning of today, we're up in those snow-capped mountains behind me, crawling through snow, rather Aiden was, our main actor, and we would fly the drone into the location where he was at and film him. And now we're finishing the day on a different mountain, much lower, a different mountain, using the drone as our handheld rig. So I have my screen on top of the drone there with the focus wheel, and I can control the camera with the sticks. And then the director has his director monitor here, and he can see what the camera sees. And he's just working with our actors right now.
You guys work on that.